Welcome back to IWAIHIME. I think that's how you pronounce it. Last time I played this, I streamed it, and a lot happened. I remember it was a lot like, kind of like the anime Another. There's a weird girl in the class, and no one's really talks to her or anything. She has this weird thing with this other student. I guess they're supposed to be getting married, so she was doing certain things with him during school. Yeah, it's just that main character interested in weird girl. It's a very common thing, I think, in anime. So we're gonna keep going with this. I'm gonna do this a little differently. I'm gonna try reading all the lines. I know it's kind of a weird thing. I looked it up to see, do people prefer the voice actors to go, but I still read the narrator? Or do people like people to read everything? It's kind of a split. I'm not really sure, like, the right way to go forward with this. But I figure I should try, so everyone's happy. And man, this bird is really loud, isn't it? Okay. That peculiar feeling stuck with me, even after Kiko invited me to go to school with her. Oh yeah, like, they know something, but they're not really speaking about the girl in class. Like I said, it's very familiar of the anime Another. If you've ever seen that, you can kind of know what I mean. Anyway, I still couldn't get Kurokami out of my head, even after we got there.
Kitagami-san.
Kitagami.
Hi.
Here.
Kinugasa-san.
Hi.
Here.
Kurokami-san. Oh, Kurokami-san wa ketseki no renraku ga kitemashita ne.
Oh, that's right. Kurokami called in absent today. It wasn't rare for Kurokami to be late for, or even miss homeroom. But even so, she still went to school every day. At the very least, this was the first time anyone had called in to say she'd be absent beforehand.
珍しいね。黒髪さんが欠席なんて。
That's odd. Kurokami's never absent.
いいんじゃね？どうせ来たって勉強なんかしてねえし。
Oh wait, that was me. I have to remember the names. Okay. Who cares? Not like she studies anyway.
松田くん、そういうこと言わないの。
Don't say that, Atsuta.
鈴乃は黒髪さんにすっかりご主人ね。
Suzumo's totally hung up on her.
いけないかな。
Is something wrong with that?
あんな不吉そうな女に隠れた魅力を見抜いたってことか？
Did you find some hidden appeal in such a scary girl?
さすがスサラ！やっ
Wait
ぱりグレートな男だぜ！
Way to go, Suzahara. You really are a great man.
はあ、もう
Do what-
好きにしたらいい。
Do whatever you want. Just don't come crying to me later.
ハルミヤ、嫉妬は見苦しいぜ。
Ugh, jealousy is not a good look on you, Harumiya.
松田くんは引っ込んでて。
Stay out of this, Atsuta.
そんなに黒髪さんに近づいちゃいけないの？
Is getting involved with Kurokami really so wrong?
知らない。好きにすれば。
I don't care. You do you.
今にきっとなんかバッドなことが起こるからね。勝手に呪われちゃえ。
I'm sure something really, really bad's gonna happen soon, though. Just go and get cursed for all I care.
大丈夫だよ。お清めなら毎日欠かさないからね。
It's okay. I make sure to do my spiritual cleansing every day.
鈴乃、その肘どうしたの？
Hey, Suzumu, what happened to your elbow? I was getting a little sweaty, so I rolled up my sleeves. Whoa. Hiko must have noticed my swollen elbow.
どうしたんだろうね。寝違えちゃったのかな。
I don't know, maybe I slept on it funny.
痛くないの？
Does it hurt?
やめてよ。触られるとちょっと痛いよ。
It sure does when you touch it, so could you stop?
そっちの肘もかばってるようだけど。
It looks like your other elbow is the same way. Is that other dude, like, on the floor right now? Just, oh, in pain.
昨日の晩からなんとなく痛むんだよ。両肘と両膝が。
My joints have been hurting ever since last night for some reason.
呪いだ。
It's a curse.
大げさな。
You're blowing things out of proportion.
黒髪さんの呪いが移ったんだよ。
You caught Kurokami's curse.
知らないよ。
Don't say I didn't tell you. So if it gets worse, you hear?
大丈夫だよ。放課後になってもまだ痛んだら病院で見てもらうから。
Don't worry, I'll go see a doctor if it still hurts after school.
どっちかっていうと、お祓いだと思うよ。
You better you better be off finding exorcists if you ask me. Hiko was dead set in her belief Kurokami was a cursed being. I guess it was just because girls have a thing for the occult. Probably. And if all the girls believe that, none of them would help Kurokami. That's mean. So it really was all up to me. That strange sense of urgency was still plaguing me, even at school. I once again wondered if I was in love with her. And yet again, I came to the conclusion it was a sense of duty instead. But why? Why did I feel this way for a girl I've never met before? Was it an obligation? Responsibility? Sympathy? Pity? No matter how many times I retraced the source of my emotion, it always came back to that baseless sense of duty. Even after lunch break had come and gone, I was still captive to that emotion.
だよ。トイのやつ休みかよ。使えね。
The hell? Toei's taking the day off? That worthless bitch. Ugh.
翔ちゃん大丈夫？
Hey, Sho, you okay, man? Sho kept hacking and coughing, as though he were choking on his own spit. His buddies kept rubbing his back with wry grins, until he finally calmed down. Sho wiped his forehead to find beads of sweat. He must have really had it rough.
なんか朝から調子悪くてよ。なんか粉っぽいんだよ。
I've been feeling like shit since I woke up, like I got allergies.
花粉じゃね？今の季節いろいろ飛んでるって言うしさ。
Maybe it's pollen. They say there's lots of it going around this season.
知らねえよ。
Hell if I know.
なんかじゃねえし。
Go ask the Sho spat in disgust and coughed up phlegm.
なんだよこれ。
What the hell is this?
うわ。なんだよそれ。めっちゃくれ。
Holy shit, man. What is this stuff? It's all black. Oh, that's not good. What Sho had coughed up was neither yellow nor white. It was black as tar. I think you need to see a doctor. That's probably not good. No. It was the first time you've ever coughed up something like that. Shocked, he spat it again to see if more of that color came up. But what came out this time was the same colorless spit as always.
くっしょ。なんだよな。きっとね。
God damn it. The fuck is that shit? It's gross. He stomped furiously on it.
つうかさ。
And why the hell have I been...
なんか調子悪いんだよな。
And why the hell have I been feeling like shit all day anyway?
咳だけじゃねえの？熱もあんの？やばくね？
Is it just a cough, or do you have a fever? Sure you're okay?
マジでだるくなってきた。やべえかも。
Fuck, I feel all kinds of exhausted now. Yeah, this might be worse than I thought.
あんな気持ち悪い女に足なんか舐めさせてっから呪われてんだよ。
That creepy chick must have cursed you when she licked your foot. Ew. Don't remind me. The delinquents laughed crudely. But Sho heard none of it. He was feeling terrible at the moment.
先生に言って午後更けたら
Want to tell the teacher and go home?
つか、よく
Hell.
なりてえ。
Hell, I just want to lie down. Cough, cough. Bleh.
ちょっぴりだけお熱があるよね。
It seems you have a slight fever.
うっせえ。俺は平熱が低いんだよ。
Bullshit. My normal temperature is just low.
ちょっと横になってみて。様子を見てみましょうね。
Why don't you lie down and let me take a look at you?
2の C だったかしら。先生に連絡しておくわね。
You're in 2C, right? I'll let your teacher know.
マジうぜえよ、この席。
Man, fuck this cough to hell. Ugh. Expert voice acting, right? I'm trying my best. Hinagata shut the curtain once. She saw Sho get into bed. Once his coughing subsided slightly, Sho took his hand off his mouth and found his palm stained black.
なんなんだよ。ちくしょう。
God damn it. What the hell? Though the infirmary bed wasn't all that comfortable, Sho drifted off to sleep, as though his consciousness has been swallowed whole. He passed out. Ding dong, ding dong. My knees and elbows were still swollen and throbbing, even after school. So I decided to play it safe and go to the hospital. That'd be nice, just go to the hospital. Whatever. Iwaiimoto Hospital for Medicine and Surgery, located just past the Iwaiimoto's shopping district, was grander than I had pictured. Iwaiimoto was the name of the neighborhood I lived in. Oh, okay. Iwai meant celebration, and seeing it around on signs always brightened my day. So although hospitals aren't always the happiest of places, Iwaiimoto Hospital seemed friendly to me. The hospital was full of the elderly, just like the one where I used to live. I felt a bit guilty for going there for something as trivial as swollen joints. Those more visibly in pain deserved to be here, way more than me. Right, just like that Holy crap, what happened to you? That black-haired girl, it was Kurokami, no mistaking it. She was in a wheelchair, with the same doll riding on her lap. But seeing her with her left arm hanging from a sling and her right leg in a cast, it hurt to watch. It wasn't just those either. Her other limbs were wrapped in bandages too. But for some reason I can sense her knees and elbows hurt, just like mine. I faintly remember the world of the nightmare I had when I collapsed in the bathroom. Oh, yeah, that's right. Just like me, her joints were snapped by that grotesque blob.
黒髪さん。
Kurokami?
黒髪さんに近寄らない方がいいよ。
You shouldn't get involved with Kurokami. I felt like I heard Kiko's voice amidst the crowd. Bad things will happen if you get close to her. I just know it. she'd been giving me that warning over and over again. Was what happened to me one of those bad things? Kurokami and I were classmates, so it was inevitable we'd meet in the classroom. But if I struck up a conversation with her here, I'd clearly be approaching her proactively.
きっと良くないことが起こるから。
Bad things happen if you get close to her. I just know it. Of course, Kiko wasn't there, but it felt like she was giving me my final warning. If I just kept standing around, she'd probably disappear into the crowd. I still had a chance to stay on this side. Wait, this side? I asked myself exactly what those words that popped into my head meant. Just as Kiko had sixth sense, so did I. It warned me that if I talked to Kurokami now, there'd be no turning back.
戻るも何も
Too late for that. She'd already caught my heart. I couldn't turn back anymore. Our destinies were intertwined from the first moment I looked into her eyes. A part of me wanted to save her, while another part of me wanted to know why I started feeling that way. Dude, you're into the damsel in distress. Oh, look, a bunny. Anyway. And the latter was the biggest reason why I couldn't get her out of my mind. Kurokami, just who was she? I wanted to know, and then ask her a question. Who are you, and why do I feel this way about you? I already knew it wasn't something as simple as love. Then, was it something sinister, just as the rumor said? Have your eyes cursed me? Is that why I can't take mine off you?
黒髪さん
Kurokami? In the end, I acted before I could come to an answer. Aww. She looked somewhat surprised to see me. I'd never seen such a natural reaction from her at school before.
大丈夫その怪我
That looks bad. Are you okay? She was expressionless, as always, but not in the same way as what at school. Yeah, she looks like she has a lot more life in her. She's not like so like, oh god, deadpan and unhappy. She was obviously surprised to bump into me here, of all places.
どいて
Move.
君はススコの子か
Who are you? Do you go to Susu High? The middle-aged man pushing her wheelchair scowled at me. He was probably her father.
はい黒髪さんと同じクラスの
Yeah. Yes, I'm in the same classes.
トイに緑に話しかけないでほしい
I don't want you talking to Toei unless you have to. Huh?
すまないなトエは世俗の汚れに触れてはならぬ大切な身だ
I'm sorry, but she's too important to be corrupted by the filth of the world.
年相応の生活をさせたくて学校に行かせてはいるが汚れに染まることは許されない
I let her go to school because I want her to live like others her age, but I can't allow her to be corrupted. I couldn't think of anything to say to that. Damn. It was the first time anyone had said something like that to me, and I didn't know whether to be angry or hurt.
お前は
You're
いつも
always
遅い
late?
消えろお前の汚れが苦しい
Go away. Your corruption hurts.
トエ無理に喋るな
Toei, don't push yourself.
兄
Yes. Father.
すまないな君厳しい言葉は謝る
My apologies, young man. I shouldn't have been so harsh with you.
いえ
N-
こちらこそ
no,
すみません
I'm the one who's sorry.
君が謝ることは何もない
You have nothing to apologize for.
トエを案じてくれるならただ遠くからそっと見守ってほしい
If you're concerned about Toei, then please just watch over her from a distance.
でも
But she's so cute. Something's tormenting her. I wanted to say that, but her father stopped me before I could.
二度とトエに話しかけないでほしい。
I don't want you talking to Toei again.
君に悪気がなくとも、それはこの子を苦しめる。
Even if you hold no ill intent, all that will bring her is suffering. Dramatic. Normally, someone my age would have no choice but to back down, without a word, after being told off like that by an adult. However, there was something in me that just couldn't accept that. So I stood my ground.
でも
But
彼女は苦しんでるんです。
she's suffering.
僕はそれに気づいてしまったから彼女を無視できないんです。
I can't just ignore her now that I've realized that. Toei's father fell silent. That was the sign he was aware of her torment.
世俗の汚れから遠ざける必要があるならば、どうして上沼くんを許嫁などに選んだんですか？
If she needs to be kept away from the filth of this world, then why did you choose Kaminuma as her fiancé?
お前の知ったことではない。
That's none of your concern.
黒髪さんが心から選んだ男性だなんて、僕には到底信じられません。
I just can't believe she could ever want to be with him. You're too late. Those words replayed in my mind once more. Perhaps she meant she'd been forced to bear this fate because no one had noticed her suffering sooner? I wasn't sure about that, but there was no doubt that she was suffering greatly. There was no way she'd be happy being treated like a pet by a fiancé she didn't even love. If the rumors Natsu told me were true, yesterday was hardly the first time Kaminuma had been so rough with her. Despite looking at her and her father, it was easy to imagine she was just from a strict family where she was in no position to oppose him.
トエの言い名付けは私が決める。お前の知ったことではない。
It's up to me to decide who Toei marries. It's none of your concern.
いいえ、あなたの知ったことでもありません。
No, it's none of yours either. What?
黒髪さんの人生は黒髪さんが自分で決めます。
This guy is brave. Her life is hers to decide.
確かに彼女は未成年です。あなたの保護下にあるべきでしょう。
I understand she's a minor. She should indeed be living under your care.
でも未成年を終えての未来はすべて彼女のものです。
But when she comes of age, her future is her own. Oh god, this got the balls on this
たとえ父親で
guy.
あろうとも彼女の人生のすべてを束縛する権利なんてないんです。
You may be her father, but you don't have the right to keep her completely tied down. It seemed like Toei's father had expected a child his daughter's age to talk back to him like that. Yeah, I think so. He appeared more stunned than angry.
黒髪さん、僕はひょっとしたら全然的外れなことを言ってるかもしれない。
Kurokami, maybe everything I'm saying is completely off the mark.
でも君が苦しんでいてそれを手遅れに思っていることは知ってる。
But I know you're suffering, and you think it's too late to do anything about it.
でもこれだけは的外れじゃなく断言できるよ。
And there's one thing I can say for sure.
何
What?
遅すぎることなんてあるもんか。
It's never too late.
僕が黒髪さんの力になれるかどうかわからないけど、
I don't know if I can be any help to you,
僕はいつでも味方になるから。
but I'll always be on your side. Oh,
それだけは信じて。
count on that, if nothing else.
黒髪さんのお父さん、いろいろと生意気を言ってすみませんでした。
Mr. Kurokami, I apologize for speaking out of turn.
それでは失礼します。
Pardon me then. I hope you get well soon.
お大事に。
Kurokami.
早く Just go already. Kurokami hung her head, biting her bottom lip. I didn't know what she was feeling, but my words had definitely gotten to her. And I believed that would save her, or at least serve as a spark of her salvation.
君とはもう話したくない。道を開けてくれ。
I don't want to say another word to you. Move out of the way.
すみません。
Right. Sorry.
行くぞトエ。
Let's go, Toei.
Yes.
Toei's father gently pushed the wheelchair past me, only for his daughter to look back at me in that very moment. Her eyes were damp with tears.
Isuhara.
She reached out her trembling right hand out to me.
Toy.
Toei.
Suhara?
The look in her moist eyes implored me to at least take her hand. And so I did. I wanted to grant her wish, and I didn't need words to do so.
You shouldn't get involved with Kurokami, Suzumu. I've already said this to you.
Why shouldn't I, Kiko? She needs help, so why shouldn't I? The moment our hands touched, time itself seemed to grind to a halt. Oh god. The world was frozen in place, almost like the TV known as life had suddenly broken. But the girl before me is real, and so is the warmth of her hand. In fact, this world seemed more like reality. After all, her eyes actually had life to them here. It's true. Even enough to make me question that the days up until now had all been a daydream. That's just how vivid they were. Kurokami shed warm tears and spoke. Her words were clear and had deliberate weight to them.
Thank you. Suzuhara.
No, I should be thanking you. I'm glad you opened your heart to me.
I couldn't because I couldn't afford to open it.
Kurokami stood up, staggering on her cast-encased foot. She walked over to me until our chests were practically touching, and looked up at me. Sorry. Ugh.
This is your fault. Because you told me I could cry.
Yeah. So you heard that, huh? I hadn't said it aloud, but it reached her.
I'm gonna cry now.
Okay.
Don't have to understand. Just stand there.
And let me cry. Alright. Okay. With that word, she gently plunged into my arms. And she softly clawed at my chest. She burst into tears. I said nothing and let her sob.
You're late. You're too late.
Just how late am I, anyway? 10 years too late. I see. No. 100 years too late. 1,000 years too late. I really am sorry for being so late. What is this conversation? It's all your fault. It's all your fault. I didn't understand a word she was saying, but I figured allowing her to let it all out would help. She screamed and poured her heart out until she finally calmed down, and the screen is now green. But then, I finally noticed the The abnormality. I can't say. It's abnormal. Things are going weird of the situation. For a hospital lobby full of people, it was too quiet, almost like the place was closed. Though there were still many people there, they gave off no signs of life, apart from Kurokami. I couldn't even hear any of them breathing. Furthermore, the lobby that had been so bright and clean was all but enveloped in darkness. Like it was after visiting hours, where the emergency and night lights served as the only illumination. And since when was it nighttime? Everything outside was dark, like the windows and glass doors had been painted over with ink. It wasn't ordinary darkness either. No matter how late it was, there should have been many streetlights shining brightly. Yet, there wasn't a single trace of their light. When had I... No. We'd been brought into this place?
これは一体
What is this?
また取り込まれたか。
So we've been brought in again?
また
What do you mean? Kurokami's face was still stricken with tears, but she'd already regained her composure. Strangely enough, she didn't seem the least bit perturbed by the situation. Oh, by this abnormal, no, this ominous situation and scene. I cannot read.
気にしなくていい。
Don't worry about it.
気にしなくていい
Are you serious?
ああ、無視していればそのうち終わる。
Yeah, just ignore it, and it'll eventually end. Kurokami spoke apathetically, as though she expected the power to be restored any moment. What? She found an empty space on the nearly full sofa and sat down.
座りなさいよ。
Have a seat.
突っ立っていられるとこっちまで疲れてくる。
If you keep standing around, you'll make me tired too.
うんでも
Okay, but though there were many sofas lying around in the lobby, they were all packed. I was unable to find a seat and was at a loss for what to do when Kurokami noticed my plight.
おう、気が利かなくてごめんなさい。
Oh, I should have noticed. Sorry for being so inconsiderate.
あ
Kurokami casually pushed away the person sitting next to her. Get off the seat! And when they hit the ground, they just crumbled apart. Literally. As it turned out, it wasn't a person lying in pieces at my feet. It was a ball-jointed doll. I looked around upon this realization, noticed that every last person in this packed room apart from us had turned into a ball-jointed doll. Even Kurokami's father turned into one of those dolls, still holding his daughter's wheelchair in the exact same pose as before. She should have been shocked that her father turned into a doll. Yes? Oh. Yet, she paid it no heed at all. I quietly took the seat next to Kurokami, as if waiting my turn in line. All honestly, I wanted to scream from the incomprehensible terror swallowing me whole. But oddly enough, seeing her remaining absolutely calm amidst this madness allowed me to keep my own calm for some reason. Of course, she could have just been bluffing. How do you explain this?
その怪我はどうしたの
How did you get so banged up?
ここまでひどいことは初めて。
This is the first time it's been this bad.
どういう意味
What do you mean?
言葉通りよ。
Exactly what I said.
意味なんてわからなくていい。お前は黙ってうなずいていればいい。
You don't have to understand. Just smile and nod.
どうせその程度の役にしか立たないのだから。
That's all about, all you're good for anyway. Jesus.
見くびられたくないな。これでも男のつもりなんだけどな。
You should put more stock in me. Maybe I don't look it, but I am still a man.
ひ弱そうなくせに。
You look so feeble, though.
こう見えてね、鍛えてるんだ。
Maybe on the outside, but I train.
家が武道の道場をやっててね、小さい頃からずっと修行させられてた。
My family runs a dojo, you see. So I've been practicing since I was a kid.
喧嘩の自信はないけど、腕相撲なら大人が相手でも負ける気はしないかな。
I don't even know how to fare in a fight, but in arm wrestling, I doubt even an adult could beat me. Oh, what a badass.
意外。力自慢とは。
I'm surprised. I didn't take you for a braggart.
自慢じゃないよ。冷静に自分の力を理解してるだけだよ。
I'm not. I just know my own strength is all.
謙虚が過ぎるのはかえって嫌味になることもあると思ってる。
I think being too modest can come off even worse.
どんな修行を？
What kind of training do you do?
木に藁を巻いて拳で打ったりとか。うちの道場は正拳突きしかやらないんだよ。
Stuff like punching trees wrapped in straw. Our dojo only practices straight punches.
空手はよくわからない。
I'm not all that familiar with karate.
すす原流親善武術って言って似てはいるけど空手とは全く別物なんだ。
The Suzuhara divine tribute style has some similarities to karate, but they're completely different styles.
興味ない。どうせいくら鍛えたところで、
I don't care. It doesn't matter how much you've trained anyway.
お前に打ち砕けるものなど何もない。
You can't break anything. Jeez. Toei is feisty.
何を打ち砕いてほしいの？
What do you want broken? Hmm?
黒髪さんが何かを打ち砕いてほしいと思ってる。それは分かったから。
Sounds to me like you want something broken. I get that much.
教えてくれないかい？
Would you tell me? Hmm.
君は遅すぎると言っているけれど、ひょっとしたら僕には間に合うことかもしれないよ。
You say I'm too late, but maybe I've made it time after all?
10年遅い。100年遅い。1000年遅い。
You're 10 years too late. 100 years too late. 1,000 years too late. Her laughter was not of delight, but resignation.
無駄だ。
It's pointless.
やってみなきゃわからないよ。
I won't know unless I try.
お前は藁を巻いた木を打つと言った。その木をお前は拳で倒すことができるというのか。
You said you punched trees wrapped in straw. Are you claiming you could knock one over with your fists?
その気持ちで打っているけどね。
That's the idea during training, at least.
木ごときで遅れを取るひ弱に頼れることなどない。
I can't rely on someone weaker than a tree.
拳でどうこうできる問題じゃないってことだよね。
Are you saying it's something that can't be solved with fists?
そろそろ話してくれてもいいんじゃないかな。
You could talk to me now, right?
話すだけなら何も黒髪さんは失うことなんてないと思うけどな。
I don't think you've got anything to lose from simply talking about it.
拳でどうにかなるかもしれん問題だ。
Maybe fists can do something about it.
誰かを殴れって話？
So do you want me to punch someone?
木を倒すよりは簡単そうだけどな。
That'd be easier than knocking down a tree, at least.
木すら倒せぬお前に聖堂の壁が打ち破れるか。
Can someone who can't even knock over a tree break something made of bronze?
聖堂厚さは？
Bronze? How thick are we talking?
さあ、お前の拳の幅くらいはあるかもな。
Who knows? Perhaps as thick as your fist?
さすがに無理だよ。そんな厚さの合金の壁を破るなんて拳じゃなくて大砲の出番だと思うな。
Yeah, I definitely couldn't pull that off. That sounds like a job for a cannon.
Kurokami laughed with resignation as if to say, told you.
でも
However,
黒髪さんがそれを打ち破られることで救われるなら
if breaking that will save you, then
僕はもっと修行を積んで
I'll train some more.
いつか必ずそれを
And-
僕の拳で打ち破ってみせると
And break that thing with my
約
fist
束する
someday.
よ
I swear it.
その修行どれだけかかるやら
And how long do you think that will take?
そうだねその意味では確かに黒髪さんの言う通りだね遅すぎる
Good question. In a sense, it may be too late, just as you said.
10年100年いや1000年は修行しないとダメかもしれないよ
10, 100, no, even 1,000 years might not be enough.
でも
But even so,
それでも僕が必ずそれを打ち破って黒髪さんを助け出すって
I'm gonna break that thing and save you. I promise. Even I was surprised by that. I never said anything so gallant before. It must have been that baseless sense of duty talking. The more I talked with her, the stronger it got. But I didn't care about where it came from anymore. It didn't matter whether it was love, duty, or even a curse like Kiko suggested.
僕は必ず君を助け出す
I swear, I'll save you.
黒髪さんにとって僕は遅すぎたそうだけど
Maybe you think I'm too late?
その壁すらも必ず打ち破ってやるって
But I vow to break that thing someday.
もう遅すぎるのに
Even though it's too late?
何も遅すぎるもんか僕はここにいて黒髪さんはここにいる
It's never too late. I'm here, and so are you.
遅いも早いも関係ない僕が助ける必ず
I'll save you, whether I'm late or early.
すすほら
Susuhara. At that moment, the silence was suddenly shattered by a ghastly roar. A visceral roar that shook the very pit of my stomach. The ground trembled as I heard something slimy and gooey approaching us.
なんだろう
What was
ちょっ
that?
と見てくるよ
I'm gonna take a look.
どうせろくなものじゃない
You're not gonna like it either way. She's probably right. Whatever that thing was, I needed to know if it posed us any threat. No, that wasn't it. What I really wanted to know what in the world this place was and whether I was still sane or not. The thing howled ominously again, and then I remembered exactly what it was. Ew, it's that thing again. The piles of meat trembling as they gave off a rancid stench straight out of a sewer. Yes, it was the giant eerie blob that broke me and Kurokami's limbs. It was bulging far more repulsively than it had back in my bath. The blob squirmed where it stood, filling the stairwell. It was as tall as the ceiling itself. Despite that, it pulsated as it slowly but surely pushed its way down the stairs. Yeah, that nightmare had come back to life with a vengeance. It was searching. That blob was searching for us. Though it was struggling to fit through the stairwell, it wouldn't be long until it got through. And once it did, there'd be nothing to stop it. The lobby ceiling was too high to impede it. I had to run. Back in the nightmare, my sense of fear was numbed. It just hadn't felt real enough to warrant it. But this was a different story. The terror was more than present. My legs trembled in fright at the horror before me. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't fight back. However, I knew that I couldn't stay here. I need to get out of here as soon as possible. No, wait, not just me. I have to take Kurokami with me.
肉
The meat.
黒髪さんは覚えてない悪夢の中であいつにその手足を折られたんだよ
Don't you remember, Kurokami? That's the thing that broke your arms and legs in that nightmare.
黒髪さん
Kurokami-san? Oh, her face getting back to normal. We've been having a normal conversation just a minute ago. but now it was like she'd been turned to a different radio station. Kurokami's eyes were dull and devoid of life.
とにかくここにいちゃまずい。逃げよう。
Anyway, we can't stay here. We have to run.
Go.
This was bad. She didn't understand what was happening here. She was spacing out, just like in class every day. But I couldn't ignore her. That blob would never pass up a toy like her.
ごめんね。ちょっと痛いかもしれないよ。
Sorry, this might hurt. I grabbed her arm and tried to lift her up. When I did, her cast caught on the doll sitting next to her, and we lost our balance. Ow. I caught her in my arms and fell to the floor on my back.
ごめん。痛くなかった。
I'm sorry, are you okay? That was a stupid question. She was in no state of mind to communicate after all. Oh. But the moment I thought that, the faintest hint of light returned to her eyes. Kurokami was lying on top of me, her face just a hair's breadth away from my eyes and nose.
黒髪さん。
Kurokami? Her sweet breath tickled my nose, and she kissed me right on the lips. She tried prying open my lips with her warm tongue, which squirmed alluringly.
黒髪さん。
Though I knew the situation was far from normal, a devilish little whisper inside me was telling me to give in to my carnal instincts. Her breath, her tongue, it was all so enticing. No, I couldn't. This wasn't the time for this, but I...
お前に会えて嬉しい。嬉しい。
Suzuhara, I'm so happy I met you.
遅くてもいい。こうして今があるならどうでもいい。
I don't care if you're late. All that matters is that you're here.
正気に戻って。今こんなことしてる場合じゃ。
Snap out of it. We don't have time for this.
鈴原。鈴原。嬉しい。嬉しい。
Suzuhara? Suzuhara? I'm so happy.
愛して。
Love me? What?
お願い。
He's...
愛して。愛して、鈴原。
Love me. Love me. Suzuhara?
黒髪さん。
Kurokami, stop. Kurokami clung to me like a snake. The cast on her left leg fell off, but she paid no heed to that. Her face and breaths became a sweet poison that invaded my brain. All my blood vessels were aching, urging me to give in to this alluring temptation.
黒髪さん。
Kurokami?
愛して。愛して。愛して。
Love me. Love me. Love me.
愛して。
Love me.
愛して。愛してよ、鈴原。愛が欲しいの。
Love me, Suzahara. I want your love. I want your child.
鈴原の愛私に注いで
But,
奥に注いで
okay.
一番奥に注いで
Oh gosh, okay. Fill me with your love, as deep as you can. Why do my games always turn into this? I swear. I felt like a fly caught in a spider's web. Kurokami preyed on me as she moaned about love. My veins were throbbing in anticipation for pleasure yet to come. I couldn't fight back the desire screaming at me to give in to her. Uh-oh. All of a sudden, there was an unpleasant laugh. The moment she heard it, Kurokami froze completely. She raised her upper half to find out who laughed. No, judging by her face, she must have already known who it was. She looked like a kid who'd been caught with the hand in the cookie jar. So now Toei shows up flirting with Suzuhara, huh, eh? This dream keeps finding new ways to piss me off. Kaminuma laughed, an unstable look in his eyes. Hey there, Suzuhara. You sure look confused. Kaminuma? This chick's fucked in the head. She's so messed up, she wants any guy she sees. Sir Sho? You've got it all wrong. You're the only one for me. You'll say that to anyone. You're no woman. You're a dog. A bitch in heat. Maybe there was some truth to what he said. After all, Kurokami was clinging to Kamayuma's leg like a dog. And she kept coming back no matter how many times he kicked her. That pitiful sight was exactly like watching a dog begging its master for scraps. Please, grace me with your love, Sir Sho. You spewed the same crap to Suzuhara just now, didn't ya? Hey, Suzuhara, ain't that right? It is, ain't it? I couldn't think of anything to say to that. The whole thing had me lost all sense of reality, resembling something straight out of a nightmare. Yeah, that had to be it. This is all just some horrible dream, wasn't it? The continuation of the nightmare I had had back in the bathroom. As soon as I realized that, the whole scenery suddenly seemed to warp violently. Please, Sir Sho, it has to be you. I want to have your child. Shut up, bitch. You'll hump anything that moves. Just bark like the dog you are. How dare you even try to talk like a human? Sir Sho. I just don't understand Kurokami anymore. I thought I did just a little while ago, but that was all just part of the nightmare? That slimy, grotesque blob showed itself. It had finally made it down the stairs and was heading right our way. The blob had terrified me just a minute ago, but then all of a sudden seemed worlds away. Right? Because this was all a dream. A bad dream, that's all.
ブヨブヨした化け物の登場かよ。
What now? A big fat monster? Really?
これならさっきの女幽霊みたいなやつの方が多少はマシだぜ。
Come on, that ghost lady from before was way creepier. It seemed Kamanuma was already full aware this was a nightmare. He wasn't fazed by the creepy giant blob in the slightest. Rather, he was downright amused by its bizarre appearance. Kurokami was now completely focused on him. She moaned obscenely as she kept clinging to his leg. The more I saw that, the stupider I felt for ever being scared in this situation.
しつこいね、あんたも。
You're as persistent as the rest of these things. Kaminuma shrugged off Kurokami as he hurled obscenities at her. I raised my head to see who he was talking to and realized a sinister shadow has appeared unnoticed. It was dark as a void, but had long hair that reached its feet, giving the appearance of a woman. Withered branches sprouted her head like horns.
亀沼君、逃げないと。
Kaminuma! Run for it!
俺はもう
I've had enough
疲れちまった。
of running already. Sorry.
どうせ夢の中じゃねえか。ならいっそスカッと終わらせてもらいたいもんだぜ。
This is all just a dream anyway, so might as well put an end to it right here and now. Kaminuma spread his arms and waited for her. The foreboding shadow also spread its arms and grabbed him. Ow. Fuck. Ow. Kaminuma tried to act tough, but the pain won over him in the end. I clearly heard the sound of withered branch breaking. A moment later, Kaminuma's upper half snapped like a decayed tree and collapsed backwards with a visceral splash. His head, arms, and elbows smashed into pieces on the floor and scattered into chunks. But his legs remained standing. Despite that, Kurokami just kept clinging to his leg. Oh my gosh. I felt no fear. I'd already grown numb to such emotions. All I could do was laugh. I couldn't think of any other way to express what I was feeling. Go away.
違うよ、鈴原。
That's not it. Suzuhara. Kurokami turned to me as though she didn't notice the shadow that had just brutally killed Kaminuma. It seemed she already lost interest in the scattered pieces that used to be him. The change in her behavior was far more terrifying than the monster.
私には
You're
お前しかいないんだ。
all I have.
お前をずっとずっと待っていたんだから。
I've waited for you for so long.
本当に待っていただから。
I mean it. I really have been waiting.
わからないよ。
I don't get you.
僕にはもう本当に黒髪さんが
I just don't get you anymore. Still lying on my backside, I scoot away from Kurokami as she slithered toward me. That sight must have been quite saddening for her. Her eyes welled with tears and warped with sorrow. But I couldn't accept her. All I was capable at that point was laughing in disbelief. Just then, the female shadow, its arms spread wide, lunged toward me.
鈴原。
Haha.
お前だけを信じて
Please,
今日まで耐えてきたのに。
you have to believe me. I've resisted it all this time. Her suggestive words were all nonsense. I was a fool for ever thinking there was some kind of mysterious fate at play and falling for her spell.
黒髪さんなんて
Someone like
い
you
るわけもない
couldn't possibly know me.
僕たちはつい先日初めて言葉を交わしたばかりの赤の他人僕たちの間に
We're just strangers
絆があったって言うんだ
who only talked for the first time yesterday. We have no bond, no destiny. Suzuhara.
ないんだよ何にもないなのに僕は
There's nothing.
黒髪さんに関わってしまったんだ
There's nothing. Absolutely nothing. So why did I ever get involved with you? It was just as Kiko said. I should have never gotten involved with this insane girl. So, so that's where all this insane stuff is happening?
私をそんな悲しい目で見ないで
Don't give that sad look.
黒髪さんこそ
I could ask the same of you.
どうして僕をそんな悲しい目で見るんだよ
Why are you giving me that sad look?
僕にはもうさっぱり意味がわからないんだよ
I don't understand it all anymore. The quivering blob was right behind me with a sinister shadow that pulverized Kaminuma right before me. Meanwhile, Kurokami was clinging to my leg. The blob would twist my neck with its hairy arm-shaped lumps, while the shadow would fall upon me.
化け物がよりどりみどりってわけだ
So I have to choose between Scylla and Charybdis now? I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce those. Which would kill me? The blob? The shadow? No, it's definitely Kurokami. Just then, the shadow and the blob started fighting over me. Kurokami kept babbling her nonsense as she gazed seductively at me. All I could do was keep laughing dryly as if I was the funniest thing in the world. However, my heart ached yet again at the sight of her moist eyes. All of a sudden, I heard a death cry. The fleshy blob descended upon me and smashed my head to bits. It seemed the monster's fight was over. I felt just like Kaminuma. This is all just repulsive nightmare anyway. So I wanted it to end as soon as possible. When did I get here? No, it was the other way around, where I've been all this time. Kurokami was still sitting in the wheelchair, her father pushing her along. And I was still standing right in front of them. Had I been standing here all this time? Just then, Kurokami stood up on her broken leg.
黒髪さん
Kurokami?
僕にはもう君がわからないよ
I don't understand you anymore.
私にはわかるわ
I understand.
そして私にしかわからないからもう胸が
And because I'm the only one who does, my heart will... Kurokami barely ground her teeth and wept. I was bewildered, yet my heart ached at her tears once more.
やめてよもう僕は君に惑わされたりしない
Stop it. You can't deceive me anymore.
僕は君に関わっちゃいけなかったんだ
I should never have gotten involved with you. It felt like I was tearing my own heart in two just a short while ago. I was telling her how I'd save her. Yet here I was now, cruelly denouncing her. Even so, I just didn't understand what was what anymore. An empty laugh burst out of me, just like in that nightmare.
私がお前を惑わす
I'm deceiving you?
惑わすのはお前の
the one deceiving me.
もう
No,
いや
no more.
こんなせい
I can't stand this life any longer.
黒髪さん
Kurokami. What? It took a few seconds before a woman screamed in shock. After all, there was now a gaping hole in my neck. My empty laugh no longer exited through my mouth. It just leaked vapidly out the new hole in my neck. He's bleeding! There's so much blood!
Toy!
Toy!
父上
Father,
お許しください
please forgive me.
トイはもうこんなせいに
Cannot stand this
耐えられま
life
せん
any longer.
うん
More. Kurokami tightened her grip on the box cutter in her hand. She then looked into my eyes.
お前は本当に遅すぎる
We really were too late.
だからもう
So now
私は楽になっても
I can finally rest in peace. And with that, she spoke no further. Only vivid blood gushed through the new hole squirming on her own neck. I was rapidly losing consciousness. The world was fading into pitch black darkness. I no longer understood anything. My mind couldn't wrap itself around it. My feelings, hers, what had happened, what was happening. I didn't understand any of it anymore. Sorry, Kiko. I should have never gotten mixed up with her. You should have listened to me.
亀沼くん
Kaminuma,
具合はどうかしら起き上がれそう
how are you feeling? Think you can get up? Hinagata opened the curtain to find Kaminuma still sleeping in the infirmary bed. However, he had the covers over his head, so she couldn't see how he was doing.
亀沼くん
Kaminuma?
ぐっすりなのかしら
Sleeping like a baby, are we? Hinagata rolled back the covers with an impish smile. Her shrill scream echoed throughout the school. I woke up in what probably was a hospital bed. My body was sluggish and there was bandages wrapped around my neck. I tried moving a little, only for my throat to sting. But it seemed I survived. I had to find out if I was still in that nightmare. I slowly got out of bed as I tried to find the angle that least hurt my neck. I opened the curtain slightly and felt a surge of relief at the sight of the lights of the town. Good. I wasn't in that madding nightmare anymore. There was no girl clinging to my leg, no disgusting blobs roaring, and no sinister shadows to be seen. This was, without doubt, the real world. Wait, the real world? I saw orange flickers in the night outside. Those flickers rose up into the pitch-black sky, one after another, like fireworks. They were like dragons. I saw dragons painted in flames rising up all over town. It was an unimaginably beautiful sight straight out of a fairy tale. A dreamlike scenery not of this world. This world was a dream. And it wasn't just me this time. The whole world had been sucked into a nightmare. The blazing dragons turned into tornadoes and spun up into the heavens. The scorching hellfire tore up both the night sky and the veneer of reality that covered the world and burned them all away. The world was burning to ashes. And so would this place before long. Dragons of fire sprouted out all over town, one after another. I felt like I locked eyes with one of those newborn dragons. Forgive me, Hiko. You should have listened to me. I should have listened to you. Ah, my headphone. Darn it. How many of these have I gotten? Didn't I get one of these already? Ah, I guess you don't see the intro. Oh, I skipped it. What the heck? So, on my recording, during that scene, it was the intro again, but it was black for me over on OBS. I wonder if it's not allowed to record. I don't know. That was strange. But if you want to see it, it's on my first part, I believe. I don't know where the heck we are. What is going on? I guess we'll find out next time. So see you then. Bye!